So Mrwhosetheboss dropped a new video titled The Downfall of Mobile Gaming, and as a mobile gaming YouTuber that I am, I've decided to do a little reaction video on it. Maybe I might get 2 million views too.
Do you remember when mobile games used to look like this, and this, or like this?
Which time? So I observed the video closely and discovered that it's the game trailer video he used. Mobile game trailer always look good, that's no shocker.
These games were released at a time when we were still using iPhone 4s or a Samsung Galaxy S3 in a best case scenario.
I like how someone would just stay in the background and be throwing phones at him.
So, time to find out why the mobile games themselves haven't stepped up in the same way.
That is very easy. We have useless developers like NetEase who devote their time and resources to making useless online game no one plays.
Not all phones are getting more powerful at the same rate. But check this out. So this is a new flagship phone, the Galaxy S23 Ultra, versus one of the company's older flagships, the Galaxy S7 Edge. And running this performance test, you can see basically an 8 times performance jump just in a few years. And that's not even factoring in all the other benefits of just having newer tech in your phone. But if we do the same thing on the budget end of the spectrum, a brand new budget phone versus an older budget phone with the same time gap, I mean, the performance improvement is tiny. While on the flagship end, we've gone up by over 1 million points in performance. On the budget end, we've barely gone up 70,000.
Well, I don't really think there is a point cause you get what you pay for. I don't know the kind of person that will buy a cheap mobile phone and expect it to perform well on latest games. I wish these phones were mine.
For example, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip that basically every top-end Android phone is powered by right now is an absolute monster. It supports like 15 different super advanced gaming technologies, even the same ray tracing in games just like the PS5 can. But I've been using a phone with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 inside of it, and I can't find one properly ray-traced Android game.
Is this guy serious? A ray-traced Android game? No developer in their right mind will put ray tracing on their mobile game cause that will cause FPS drops a lot. The goal of every mobile game developer is to get their game running smoothly at least 70% of mobile phones. Putting ray tracing means only high-end phones will play the game without overheating, and you already know games like that never last long. Take Fortnite Mobile for example. It requires at least Snapdragon 820 level processor to play, and keep in mind it's just the minimum specs, so there are chances that you might engage in gunfight and still lag. You rarely see anyone talk about Fortnite Mobile nowadays, and it's basically dead because of lack of optimization for mid-range phones. Anyway, I hope Warzone Mobile flops like it.
It's just a big investment to make the experience 5% better for 2% of players. Whereas for PS5, because
No offense, but is he comparing mobile phones with a PS5? Like, what the fuck, brother?
The mobile gaming market is super easy to enter, and therefore also super competitive. The vast majority of games fail. Plus, even if you succeed, you have to jump through far more hoops to start making money from them. The default assumption with a mobile game is now that it's going to be free. And so even when you get your users, your job is not done there. You have to also get your players completely invested in your game. You don't just need a few thousand downloads, you need a competitive, thriving community before players will even think about taking out their wallet to buy power-ups or customization skins within it.
In order for mobile developers to gain a huge community that will be spending on their games, they have to make the game free. But if it's free, it's going to be either pay to win, repetitive, full of ads, requiring internet connection even when it's supposed to be an offline game you should be able to play on the go. Games like Modern Combat 4, GTA San Andreas, Life is Strange, SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom, etc. are good mobile games in which you can pay once and enjoy the game to the fullest. But now, we don't get games like that anymore. All I keep seeing on Play Store is Battle Royale this, role-playing that. You can download them if you want, but the day you might have bad internet connection now, you won't be able to play game.
But there's a couple of logistical issues too, like the fact that in the last 10 years, we've still not figured out how to make touchscreen controls feel satisfying. I mean, yeah, there's gaming grips, there's some gaming phones that have baked-in triggers, there's gamer goo that reduces the sweatiness of your fingers. But let's be honest, only like...
Who even needs this? What the fuck is even this?
If you jumped onto an hour of full-on console quality Call of Duty on your phone, but then exited the app and realized you only had 5% battery remaining,
buy power bank. Problem solved.
There was definitely a time when games on phones were accelerating in popularity in like 2012.
Gameloft was dominating that time. Now I don't know what they are doing.